Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday here. Well, coming out of this past weekend, pretty much everybody knows, UFC 200 is coming up, and Brock Lesnar is making his return to the octagon. That is right. WWE, now you guys are probably wondering like, well, he's under contract with WWE and stuff like that. Well, he was at UFC 100. And obviously he's going to be at UFC 200 here. And WWE, signed saying that, they're letting Lesnar, they're allowing Lesnar to compete in the octagon. Now, pretty much what this is, and everybody knows, it's all it is. It's just to bring in ratings and then bring in the cash. It's pretty much it's all about money. And it's kind of funny, it's kind of ironic, because when Lesnar when he was in UFC, he was under contract to UFC, a lot of people were asking, well, would you let, Brock Lesnar go to WWE and have one more match? Dana White says, well, no, he's under contract. So with this, because I was kind of, like, when I was, like, saying that Lesnar was making his return to UFC, and it's like, well, what the hell, he's under contract with WWE, like, how the hell, you can't do that unless they came to terms, both sides. And that's what they did. So they pretty much made it where Paige, not WWE Diva Paige, but another Paige who I guess he fights in the octagon. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't follow UFC as much. Is supposed to make an appearance at SummerSlam, this year's SummerSlam. So that's pretty much a deal that they did. That they made. Dana and Vince have been good friends ever since and whatever. But he's facing Mark Hunt. H-U-N-T Hunt. Now, if you say it really fast, looks like you say something else. And he's a big, Samoan fighter. His nickname is Super Samoan. I found out online. And he's like, oh, Brock Lesnar should stay in retirement day because this guy knocks people out. It's gonna be an interesting fight, with Brock Lesnar, going back. He hasn't stepped in the octagon since he UFC 141 when he lost over him. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting. He's like, Mark Hunt is, pretty much, I guess, giving speeches and doing little fake below the belt to Brock Lesnar and stuff like that, and it's like we all know how Lesnar really never got, to be honest, you guys, Brock Lesnar never got the proper training. When he went to UFC, they just pretty much threw him in. He was fighting people that had a lot more experience than him and stuff like that. And Ken Shamrock, if you type in Ken Shamrock did an interview part 1 and part 2, and Ken Shamrock pretty much said it best. Pretty much mentally, Brock Lesnar got beat. If he would have got groomed properly, with that textilitis or that stomach thing, would that been a factor? I know he's that's the half of it, but that's not the full of it. So definitely check out Ken Shamrock's interview on Brock Lesnar. Just type in Ken Shamrock on Brock Lesnar. It's about like a 2-minute. It's about 3 to 4. I think it was like 3 to minutes of Ken Shamrock discussing with Brock Lesnar, and Shamrock pretty much said it best. So definitely type in that to get yourself all cut up on the whole situation. Because Shamrock pretty much said it best. So it's going to be kind of cool. It's pretty much just a one-time deal. It's a one-time thing with Brock Lesnar, just to bring in the money, just bring in more ratings and stuff like that. So it's going to be kind of interesting on July 9th at UFC 200. Now, would he get knocked? Now, saying that, I know Lesnar's supposed to have a match at SummerSlam. Not sure who his opponent in WWE will be. But, Vince is taking a big chance. We all know that UFC is full contact. So you do have a chance of Lesnar going in and getting injured, minor injured and maybe seriously hurt. So technically WWE is kind of taking a gamble on that, because if Lesnar does get hurt or whatever, gets knocked out or gets injured, then you have to go to plan B. So WWE is kind of taking a chance of Lesnar stepping in the octagon. Just my opinion. But it's going to be interesting. We'll see what Brock Lesnar has in the tank. You know, he hasn't stepped in the octagon. Like the last fight was 2011, so he's been out of the octagon for about 5 years. So it's going to be interesting. So that's that. Brock Lesnar is making his return to the octagon. One night only, a one-time deal. And it's going to be very interesting. Brock Lesnar versus Mark Hunt. And yeah. So want to give you guys my thoughts on it. It's going to be pretty interesting. So we'll see you on July 9th at UFC 200.